Have you ever been going about your day completely lost in the mundane rhythm of your life? When suddenly a ghost enters the room, not a literal ghost, but a presence, a feeling, a sudden, inexplicable shiver that has nothing to do with the cold, a warmth that spreads through your chest for no apparent reason, or the vivid image of a face someone far away, someone you haven't spoken to in ages, flashing behind your eyes with startling clarity. What do you do with that moment? Most of us dismiss it. We shake our heads, label it a random thought, a trick of the mind, a flicker of memory, and we move on. But what if it isn't random at all? What if that feeling is a message, a signal sent across the vast invisible ocean of consciousness that connects us all? Carl Jung believed that our individual minds are not isolated islands, but parts of a single unified psychic continent. He taught that when a connection is deep enough, it transcends physical space. That intense longing from another soul can and does reach you. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, speaks in a language of symbols, feelings, and uncanny coincidences. If you find this perspective valuable, please subscribe to Wealth Peace Eye and share your thoughts in the comments below. The world we are born into teaches us a simple, brutal lesson: you are alone. You are a separate self, a consciousness trapped inside a skull, looking out at the world through two small windows. Your thoughts are yours. Your feelings are yours. Your fate is yours. This is the great illusion of individuality, the foundational myth of the modern age. We build our lives on this belief in separation. We armor our egos, defend our boundaries, and navigate a world of other separate beings, all competing and colliding in a cold, indifferent universe. But this is a lie. It is a necessary lie, perhaps one that allows our ego to form to say, "I am so." We can function in the material world, but it is not the ultimate truth of your soul. The hidden truth, the one that mystics have whispered for millennia, and that Carl Jung dedicated his life to mapping, is this: your consciousness is not contained within you. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. The feeling of being separate is a trick of the light, a function of the conscious mind. Beneath the surface, in the deep, dark, silent waters of the unconscious, we are all profoundly and irrevocably connected. Think of a great ancient forest. On the surface, you see thousands of individual trees, each one seemingly standing alone. But if you were to look beneath the earth, you would find a vast, intricate network of roots, a mycelial web that connects every single tree to every other. This hidden network is the life of the forest. It shares nutrients, sends warnings, and operates as a single intelligent organism. This is the image of the human psyche. Our conscious egos are the individual trees, but our souls are rooted in what Jung called the collective unconscious, a shared psychic foundation common to all humanity across all time. It is the repository of every myth, every symbol, every primal experience our ancestors ever had. It is the invisible web that binds us. When someone holds you in their heart with an intense and genuine longing, they're not just having a private thought. They are activating this web. They are sending a powerful pulse of psychic energy through these ancient, unseen channels. Love loss, deep yearning. These are not just fleeting emotions. They are forces. They have weight, direction, and a resonance that can cross continents and oceans in an instant. Your body, your nervous system, your very soul is an antenna tuned to this frequency. It is far more sensitive than your rational mind gives it credit for. When it picks up on this transmission, it responds. It doesn't use words. It uses the language of the body and the symbol. A sudden shiver, an emotional wave, a dream that feels more real than waking life. This is the principle behind Jung's most famous and misunderstood concept, synchronicity. He defined it as a meaningful coincidence and a causal connecting principle. It is the undeniable moment when your inner world, a thought, a feeling, a memory, is perfectly mirrored by an event in the outer world. You think of an old friend, and the phone rings with their name on the screen. You dream of a rare animal, and you see it on a billboard the next day. These are not random chances. They are moments when the veil is lifted. They are proof that the inner world of psyche and the outer world of matter are not separate at all. They are two aspects of one single unified reality, what Jung, borrowing from the alchemists, called the unus mundus, the one world. So the truth is this: the signs the universe sends you are not a comforting fiction. They are the workings of a deeper reality breaking through into your awareness. The universe is not sending you a message. The universe is the message. Your connection to another soul is a sacred energetic fact, and the ache of being missed is a call echoing through the very fabric of existence, waiting for you to finally listen. These experiences, these whispers from the void, are not random noise. They are a coherent language, a sacred alphabet used by the universe to spell out the truth of a connection that defies distance. When someone misses you, their soul isn't just thinking about you. It is actively reaching for you. This focused psychic energy pierces the veil of separation and manifests in your reality through 12 primary signs. Let's decode them one by one. First sign: unexplained. Physical sensations. This is the most primal sign. A sudden chill that makes the hair on your arms stand up. A wave of warmth that floods your chest. A strange, tingling sensation on your skin. Your rational mind scrambles for a cause of draft indigestion anxiety. But the truth is, your body is an antenna. It is a resonant instrument of the psyche. Jung understood that the psyche is not just in the brain. It is somatic living in every cell. When another soul focuses its longing upon you, that energy is received, and your body translates it into the only language it knows: physical sensation. Second sign: vivid, symbolic dreams. Jung called dreams the royal road to the unconscious. In the dreamscape, the ego's defenses are down. The soul is free. When you dream of this person, and the dream is intensely vivid, emotional, and feels less like a memory and more like a real visitation, pay attention. This is often a genuine meeting place. The collective unconscious provides a shared psychic space where your souls can communicate directly, exchanging information and emotional energy that the conscious mind cannot process. It is a bi-directional channel, a sacred rendezvous. Third sign: synchronicities. This is the cornerstone of Jung's theory of connection. You think of them, and their favorite obscure song plays on the radio. You speak their name, and you see it written on the side of a passing truck. You wrestle with a memory of them, and you stumble upon a feather or a coin, a symbol you both shared. These are not mere coincidences. They are meaningful coincidences, moments where the inner world of your thoughts aligns perfectly with the outer world of events. Jung called this a causal connecting principle, the universe winking at you, confirming the invisible thread is real and active. Fourth sign: telepathic emotional waves. You're having a perfectly fine day, and suddenly a wave of profound, unexplainable sadness washes over you. Or a surge of giddy joy that has no trigger in your immediate environment. This is emotional resonance. Just as a tuning fork will vibrate when another of the same frequency is struck, your emotional body is tuned to the people with whom you share a deep bond. You are feeling their feelings. This is a form of psychic telepathy, your mirror neurons and subtle body picking up on the emotional state of the one who is longing for you. Fifth sign, technological anomalies. In our modern world, synchronicity wears a digital mask. Your phone lights up with their name, but there is no call or message. A message from them appears and then vanishes. Their profile picture is the first thing you see every time you open an app. These are not just glitches in the code. Think of them as energetic interference. The intense psychic energy of longing is a powerful electromagnetic force, and it can interact with the energetic fields of our devices. It's a modern form of a message in a bottle washing up on the shore of your screen. Sixth sign, the sudden appearance of symbolic objects. You are cleaning out a drawer and find a forgotten gift from them. You walk through a park and discover an object, a stone, a flower, a trinket that holds a deep personal significance only you two would understand. This is the universe bridging the gap between emotion and matter. Jung referred to the alchemical concept of the unus mundus, the one world where psyche and matter are fundamentally unified. An intense inner state of longing, either yours or theirs, can literally precipitate a corresponding object into your physical path, acting as a tangible anchor for an invisible feeling. Seventh sign, emotional disturbances without obvious cause. This is the shadow aspect of the telepathic wave. You feel a sudden spike of anxiety, a gnawing restlessness, or a sense of being overwhelmed for no reason, before you claim it as your own pause. This could be an echo of their struggle. Longing is not always peaceful. It can be painful, desperate, and turbulent. You may be picking up on the shadow side of their yearning, their fear of loss, their frustration, their inner turmoil. You are feeling the static of their psychic pain. Eighth sign, indirect social encounters. You haven't seen them in years, but suddenly you bump into their best friend, their sibling, their former colleague. You keep hearing their name mentioned in conversations by strangers. You find yourself in places they just left or are about to arrive. This is not stalking. This is the organizing principle of energy. A strong psychic connection creates a field of resonance that bends social space. It nudges people and events into alignment, creating pathways for potential reconnection like an invisible gravitational pull. Ninth sign, heightened sensitivity and intuition. Suddenly, your intuition is on fire. You have flashes of insight. Your gut feelings are screamingly accurate. You feel more psychically open and aware of the subtle energies around you. Their focused longing is acting like a spiritual amplifier. Their energy directed at you is raising your own frequency and awakening your latent intuitive faculties. Their soul's call is helping you hear the whispers of your own. 10th sign, temporal resonance. You find out long after the fact that you were both going through a major life event at the exact same time. You started a new job the same week they moved to a new city. You both fell ill, ended a relationship, or had a profound breakthrough simultaneously, despite being miles apart. This suggests a deep soul contract or an archetypal synchrony. Your individual life journeys are unfolding in a hidden parallel rhythm, orchestrated by a larger shared narrative written in the unconscious. 11th sign, communion. during meditation or prayer. In moments of deep inner stillness, when the chatter of the ego subsides, the veil to the unified consciousness thins. It is in meditation prayer or simple, profound silence that their presence may suddenly feel overwhelmingly real. You don't see them, but you feel them with every fiber of your being. This is a sign of a true soul-level connection, a communion that happens in a sacred, timeless space, confirming that your bond exists on a spiritual plane far beyond the physical. 12th sign, a felt transcendent presence. This is the ultimate sign, the synthesis of all the others. It asks for no interpretation. It is the raw experience itself. You are walking alone, driving, or just about to fall asleep, and you are overcome with an undeniable, all-encompassing feeling of their love, their presence, their companionship. It is a feeling of being completely seen, known, and loved from a dimension beyond. This is love itself, manifesting as a state of being, proving that true connection never dies. It simply changes form. It is the final affirmation of Jung's vision. In the realm of the soul, there is no separation. This profound energetic connection is a sacred fire. And like any fire, if it is not honored and tended to consciously, it can burn you. It can cast deep and terrifying shadows that distort your reality and keep you trapped. The universe may be sending you signs, but what happens if you refuse to read them? Or worse, what if you misread them entirely? This is where we must confront the shadow. In Jungian psychology, the shadow is everything within us that remains unconscious, repressed, and unlived. And the sacred connection has its own powerful shadow. If this bond remains in the dark, unacknowledged, and unintegrated, it does not simply go away. It festers. The first shadow path is repression. This is the path of the rigid rationalist, the fearful ego. You feel the chill down your spine, and you call it a draft. You see the synchronicity, and you call it a coincidence. You feel the wave of emotion, and you numb it with distraction. You tell yourself, I'm being crazy. This isn't real. With each denial, you build a wall between your conscious mind and your intuitive soul. You are actively choosing to be blind. The cost of this is immense. You begin to live in a disenchanted world, a flat gray reality stripped of all magic and meaning. A subtle but persistent feeling of emptiness begins to haunt you, a sense that you are missing something vital. This is the price of psychic amputation. You have severed yourself from the deeper currents of life, and your soul begins to starve in a prison of your own logic. But there is a second, more seductive shadow, inflation and projection. This is the opposite of repression. Here you don't ignore the signs, you become utterly consumed by them. You fall into a state of psychic inflation, where the ego identifies with the archetypal power of the connection. You believe you are the chosen one in an epic cosmic romance. Every sign is no longer a gentle whisper. It's a divine command. You rearrange your life waiting by the phone, chasing ghosts based on a license plate you saw. The connection ceases to be a source of inner warmth and becomes an external obsession. This is where projection takes root. You are no longer connected to the actual human being. You have projected an archetype onto them. They become the savior, the divine counterpart, the one person who holds the key to your happiness and wholeness. You turn them into a god. And this is a spiritual dead end. The purpose of these signs is to awaken you to the vastness of your own soul, not to make you a worshiper at the altar of another. By projecting your own divinity onto them, you give away your power. You stop doing the hard work of your own healing, of finding wholeness within yourself, because you are passively waiting for them to return and complete you. This shadow turns a sacred connection into a loop of fantasy and longing, a beautiful prison that prevents both souls from true growth and individuation. The energy meant to be a catalyst for consciousness becomes a chain. So if we are not to fall into the shadow of repression or the trap of obsession, what is the way forward? There is a third path. It is not a path of reaction, but of conscious creation. It is the alchemical path, the journey of the soul warrior. It is the path Jung called individuation. Individuation is the process of becoming what you were always meant to be, a whole, complete, and authentic individual. It is the sacred duty of a lifetime. And these signs, this profound connection, reaching you from across the void, are not a distraction from this path. They are the path. The other person's soul is not the destination. It is the catalyst. It is the lantern in the dark meant to illuminate the way back to the forgotten corners of your own soul. The journey is not back to them. It is back to yourself. This path has clear, deliberate steps. The first step is to acknowledge and honor the sign. When the universe speaks, you must learn to listen with reverence. When the shiver comes, when the synchronicity strikes, when the dream feels intensely real, you must stop. Pause the frantic momentum of your life. Breathe. Create a small, sacred space in your awareness and simply say, I see this. I feel this. I honor this. You are not feeding a fantasy. You are bearing witness to a mystery. This simple act of conscious acknowledgement is profoundly powerful. It tells your soul, I am listening. It tells the universe, I am paying attention. It moves the experience out of the unconscious shadow and into the light of awareness, where it can be worked with rather than being ruled by it. You are no longer a victim of these strange happenings. You are a student of them. The second and most crucial step is to withdraw the projection. This is the great work. You must have the courage to ask the most difficult question. What part of my own soul have I given to this person? That intense magnetic pull you feel toward them. That desperate ache of longing is a homing signal for a lost piece of yourself. The qualities you admire and miss in them, their freedom, their passion, their kindness, their strength, are qualities that lie dormant and unlived within you. Jung taught that we fall in love both romantically and platonically with those who carry a missing piece of our own psychic gold. Their image has become a mirror. The work is to stop staring at the mirror and start excavating the treasure it reflects. Turn the longing for them into a quest for you. If you miss their courage, the universe is calling you to become courageous. If you miss their creativity, the universe is demanding you pick up a brush, a pen, a tool, and create. You must reclaim this precious energy from them and reinvest it in your own becoming. The third step is to transmute the energy. The feeling of being missed is an immense source of psychic energy. In the shadow, it fuels obsession. On the path of individuation, it becomes fuel for transformation. You must harness it. This is where Jung's practice of active imagination becomes your greatest tool. When the feeling of their presence arises, do not simply ache with it. Sit with it. Close your eyes. Invite the image of that feeling or of that person to speak with you. Ask it, what do you truly want for me? What message do you have for my soul's journey? Engage with it. Write down the dialogue. Paint the feeling. Dance it out. By doing this, You transform passive suffering into active creation. You take the raw, chaotic energy of longing and you give it form, meaning, and purpose. You are performing an act of psychic alchemy, turning the lead of emotional pain into the gold of conscious insight. The ultimate goal of this path is not reunion. It is wholeness. It is to arrive at a place where you can hold the love for this person in your heart with deep gratitude, but without the painful hook of need. The frantic, desperate longing is replaced by a calm, steady warmth. The connection ceases to be a wound and becomes a beautiful scar, a reminder that you are part of a vast, mysterious, and interconnected reality. You didn't just find a lost connection. You found yourself. Of course, let us bring the journey to its culmination. Look beyond the frame of your individual life, beyond the personal names and faces, and you will see that this story is not yours alone. It is a story as old as time itself. It is woven into the cosmic tapestry of every myth, every epic poem, every sacred text humanity has ever conceived. The separated lovers, the fated connection that spans lifetimes, the invisible thread that cannot be broken by distance or even by death. This is not a modern fantasy. It is an ancient archetypal truth, humming in the bones of our species. The signs and synchronicities, the dreams, and the sudden waves of feeling. These are not just messages from one person to another. They are echoes from the soul of the world, the anima mundi. They are reminders of a promise your soul made to itself before it ever entered this world, to journey into the illusion of separation, to experience the ache of fragmentation, and then through the sacred catalysts of love and longing to remember its way back home to wholeness. The person whose longing reaches for you across the silence is playing a sacred role in your personal myth. They are the herald, the messenger who arrives at a fated hour, not necessarily to stay, but to deliver a crucial message meant only for you. Their role might not be to walk beside you for the rest of your days, but to provide the spark that lights your own path of return. They are the face the universe wears to get your attention, to wake you from the slumber of a small life and call you into the great adventure of your own becoming. So when you feel that transcendent presence, when a sign appears that pierces your skepticism, understand that you are standing on holy ground. You are participating in a timeless ritual of remembrance. You are being invited to see your life not as a random sequence of events, but as a meaningful, soul-guided odyssey. The purpose was never just about them. It was about what their presence or their absence could awaken in you. It was about seeing the world through the eyes of the soul for the first time, a world shimmering with meaning, woven together by invisible threads of love. You are not just a person missing another person. You are a living myth experiencing the eternal story of separation and return of love and consciousness in your own beautiful, heartbreaking, and divine way. The connection is the key, but the door it opens leads into the vast, luminous temple of your own integrated self. If this insight stirred something in you, if it resonated with a truth your soul has always known, then join our community of seekers. Help us carry this fire. Remember to like this video, subscribe to Wealth Pisai, and share in the comments what spoke to your soul today. Your story is a vital part of this collective journey. By sharing your experience, you light a candle for someone else who may be navigating the same beautiful and mysterious path. Until next time, be kind to yourself and listen to the whispers.